What's up, guys? Just a quick message before we get into the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn the post notifications on. It's free, and you could always unsubscribe if you want. Thanks so much for watching. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the release. Today, we're filming right after the trade deadline, a couple days after it. Some massive things went down. Some sad, horrible, unspeakable things went down. And some stupid things went down. So you know what? Today we're going to discuss that. First off, the what's it called? The draft lottery was selected a date, and it's July 29th. So there's definitely going to be something on that. That is around the time of our 50th episode.
Enjoyable.
So there's going to be a banger then as well.
A better draft class as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Better
great.
draft
Jonathan Kuminga, Cade Cunningham, all these guys, you know.
The Jalen's.
Of course, the Jalen's. Jalen Green. But
And
without further ado, let's get straight into these. So there was a total of 15 big, large things that went down. So I'm going to just read them off. And then, Mike, I'm going to let you go straight ahead and get into these things. Okay, ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it, bro.
Nikola Vucevic and Al-Farouq Aminu to Chicago for Wendell Clark Jr., Otto Porter, and 2 first-round picks. Evan Fournier to the Celtics and 2 second-round picks. Aaron Gordon to the Nuggets for Gary Harris, RJ Hampton, and a first-round pick. Fun fact, first of all, I feel like it was a mistake to trade RJ Hampton. Fun fact, every single Gary in the league was traded on the trade deadline.
Every single Gary. Yeah, Trent.
Trent,
wow.
And then like this random Gary as well. There was a 3-team deal. George Hill went to Philly for Tony Bradley and Austin Rivers, who was dropped and is going to be signed by the Bucks, and 2 future second-round picks now on OKC. And then the Knicks get Terrence Ferguson. And then finally, before we can start talking about the first 5, Norman Powell got traded to the Blazers for Gary.
Moment of silence for my man. Because he didn't even want to. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So Mike, let's hear what you have to say about these trades. Let's hear about what you have to say about the trades that I didn't even list. We'll list them later.
Okay, I'm going to start with the Raptors. Because let's be honest, this is a basketball podcast, but this is a Raptors podcast.
Of course, man. We are Raptors stans over here. Okay. I am a Raptors stan over here. Mike and Jordan are also Raptors stans, but you know, Jordan is more of a Wizards guy, sadly. But hey, we are proud Torontonians over here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay. So I believe that this was a pretty even deal. Okay.
Go into that
for a number of reasons. I believe that, Rodney Hood, despite the kind of weirdness of his presence, is a good player off the bench. Put up 13 against the Trailblazers. If you can keep doing that, he can be like a Stanley Johnson type figure coming off the bench.
Ooh.
I don't mind. Gary Trent has to provide more like complimentary assists, rebounds. Definitely, he's pretty lacking. He's like more of a true scorer. But he'll get there for sure.
Yeah.
But
Rodney Hood could be that good 3-and-D guy, you know. But like, just with his injury-prone stuff, and he can't be having games like he did his first game against who did he play that one time? He got 2 points, man. I hated that. And then Gary Trent Jr. went okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's just we're like as a team, we're just lacking in like departments that we should be ahead on, like free throws and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Bright future for sure. I'm sad. Norm was probably our third best player
this season. Hell yeah, he was.
Over the last couple of games, put no doubt in anybody's mind. He's gross, and he's going to keep progressing into a stud in the league for sure. I think, Portland may have wanted to trade a little bit, and I'm kind of sad about that too because he looks whack in a Portland jersey.
Yeah, of course. I actually don't mind what he looks like in like that Oregon jersey. Like I was looking at him like, yo, he doesn't look bad. But like seeing him line up with the Raptors made me so sad.
Yeah. He lined up with the Raptors by accident. Yo. Okay. Next, I want to talk about the travesty of our league, which is the Brooklyn Nets, a team that I hate with every fiber of my being.
Yes.
That is making terrible trades.
We are Raptors stans and we are Nets haters on this podcast. If you don't like that, keep watching.
Literally, because they trade for offensive-minded has-beens that have 2 years left in the league that produce nothing other than a little bit of scoring, and automatically the league loses their mind and think they're going to take it easy.
Thank you.
They won't even become first in the East.
Exactly. Like LaMarcus, okay. Delroy, he was on the podcast last week. Shout out Delroy. Okay. He was calling them the Fantastic Five. Not the Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Five. With KD, Harden, Kyrie, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Blake Griffin. What do you think about that starting five? Because we all know their bench is kind of weak. It's okay, but what do you think about the starting five?
It's weak. All they have is like Landry Shamet and like Luau Cabro, maybe Tyler Johnson with a bit of grit, but and Dinwiddie, of course. But I don't know. I don't like them coming back getting attacked on. I don't think like it's weak. Like Blake didn't dunk for a long time, and that's like his trademark. Like that shows. Like he's like and guys like DeAndre Jordan, like they're way past their prime. It's like they want to sign people for jersey money or something.
Right? That's a good point, because I saw this thing like, oh yeah, well look at these guys, look at who they're signing. Like the Nets are doing this. Those guys are has-beens. The Lakers just signed a 27-year-old Andre Drummond.
Yeah, if this is 2012, 2013, wow, a dangerous team. Not anymore. And Mike D'Antoni has showed multiple occasions that he's come to the cusp of championship winning at the Suns and at the Rockets, but you need defense. Like it's vital.
Defense wins championships. I got that from Kenny Beecham, king of the fourth quarter. Thank you for telling me that. But you're right. Defense does win championships. The Nets are 27th in points allowed. They allow 113.6, I believe. So they got better by 2 points, but that's still awful. They are 13th in turnovers, and they are. I was looking this up today while arguing Delroy, and I think they are 7th, I believe, in points allowed and stuff like that. So, oh wait, no, they're 27th in points allowed. You know what I mean, though. Like they don't get that many steals and stuff like that. So you're telling me that
I think they give the ball away a ton as well.
Exactly, right? So like
wrong.
You're telling me, oh no, there's us like 7th in turnovers. That's what it was. So
yeah.
Like top 7 in the most turnovers. So you're telling me that when a team like the Brooklyn Nets goes up like a team like the Lakers or the Celtics or the 76ers or the Heat or even like possibly like the Nuggets or someone with that, someone with
and the Jazz, like
the Jazz, right? Someone with good, someone with like mediocre to great defense, because that's all you need to stop the Nets right now, mediocre defense, because these guys are getting turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover, low field goal percentages from everyone except KD, because KD he stays a 50-40-90 player. He's a different breed, that guy. But then you're getting guys like James Harden, whose true shooting percentage is amazing, but his normal shooting percentage, like when you're just shooting the ball and chucking it up every time, is messed up, because then these teams like the Lakers are going to get a rebound from Andre Drummond, and they are going to counter you so hard, because they're going to get that steal, because they're like top 5 in steals, and they're going to get that fast break point, and there's points because there's nothing you could do to stop it. So
I think
question for the Nets is how you stop that.
Yeah, exactly. You could arguably say like the Lakers didn't even need Andre Drummond.
Exactly. And we were saying that
They
before.
did a little bit of a rebounding presence because they're anticipating a finals where the Nets are chucking up everything from 3, and they will never get an offensive rebound ever.
Exactly. They don't get offensive rebounds. The only person that gets rebounds on the team is DeAndre Jordan, and he, like you said later, like he was a has-been.
Yeah, like those guys haven't been good for years. Like I mean years. Like back to like what they were. I don't even know what DeAndre Jordan averages, and Blake Griffin's averaging like 10. So that's disappointing. But I want to go over a winner and a loser of the rest.
Yeah, okay.
The rest of the teams. So my loser, first of all, undoubtedly the Rockets. I don't think anybody has ever said, "Yay, we got Kelly Olynyk." Ever.
Never. Maybe when he got drafted, but like aside from that, like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
But getting rid of your only true stud, because John Wall's on his way out, despite coming back from injury and looking okay. But they were already like losing a ton of games, and they made a definite mistake there. So it's really uninspiring. But the winner is obviously the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that 100%.
Like their starting lineup Kobe White, Zach LaVine, and then Vucevic and Tice coming off the bench. Scary. Javonte Green, Troy Brown, some good
great assets like rotational pieces.
Role players as well.
Yeah.
They're going to be great. So, yeah, they're going to get out of the slump for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see them as a late seed for sure instead of the Magic.
Yeah, and they even got rid of Otto Porter Jr., who was a massive contract for no reason at all. And then they got, in turn, Nikola Vucevic, who was a big contract, but he's deserving. He's a freaking all-star. And Al-Farouq Aminu, who was a lockdown perimeter defender pretty much. And he could do stuff for you on the offense too. So he's going to be starting at small forward. And then who knows, like you were talking about earlier, like they might start Vucevic at the power forward and Tice at the center, right?
Yeah, that's scary. That is scary because the league looks like it's going through a trend of playing tall ball again. Because
just with that Drummond signing too, right?
Yeah. So anyway, you take it away, brother. I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, man. Another trade I want to focus on is that Aaron Gordon to Nuggets trade, as well as the Rondo and Lou Williams trade. So, the thing with the Nuggets trade, I really, 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 really like it actually. They gave away Gary Harris, who has been underperforming for years now. He was supposed to be really good, and I got quite hyped up for him, but sadly he just stayed the same, and that's not how you do, right? And then they gave away RJ Hampton as well, which was a great draft pick in my opinion. But he wasn't getting the minutes to show himself, like just like Bol Bol. Bol Bol, thank the Lord, is finally starting to get some minutes. Like you saw, he hit that step back 3 the other day. But since he's going to be on the Magic, RJ Hampton's going to get the minutes he needed. And then him and Cole Anthony are going to become 2 great players. So what do you think about that Nuggets trade and how Aaron Gordon's going to do on those Nuggets teams? Or if it was good or bad, how the players are going to do?
I don't know. I mean, the Nuggets gave away some first-round picks, which could be invaluable. Like, you know how you see on Instagram, they gave away this first-round pick and they drafted Steph Curry. But no,
it's insane.
But a guy like Gary Clark as well, I think it's totally positive to surround Jamal Murray and Jokic. They need to do something in that West for sure. So I'd say the Nuggets won, but
because then they could run that tall ball now as well, right? Like we were just saying, because Michael Porter Jr. has been starting at the power forward lately. But then what they could do now is put Aaron Gordon at the power forward and put Michael Porter Jr. at the small forward. And then I don't know who they'd be starting at shooting guard unless they do some absolutely outrageous stuff where they run a lineup of Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, then Bol Bol, and Nikola Jokic, which I feel would be a deadly lineup because they ran something similar to that in the playoffs. I mean, in the bubble just before the playoffs, and look at where it got them. So,
that's insane.
Stuff like that. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, another trade, a couple more trades I actually want to shine light on are the Rondo to Clippers and Lou Williams to the Hawks trade, as well as the obvious Andre Drummond to the Lakers being bought out by the Cavs. So whatever one you want to talk about first, just take it away.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, Lou Williams, I love the way he plays. Obviously he's getting older. But I love the way he plays. And I think, with him getting some more minutes on that Hawks team, that could be pretty deadly. And Rondo's always in however many years he's been in the league. It's definitely in the double digits by now for sure. But he's invaluable defense, offense. He'll be great as well to a Clippers team who could kind of go under the radar. No one really talks about the Clippers this year.
Right? Which is insane because they're like a 3rd seed right now.
Yeah, and they could definitely go under the radar for sure. I mean, I don't know who won that trade. Who do you think won that trade?
I'm gonna just say it. I think the Clippers won that trade. I saw this hilarious thing where it said Chris Paul went back to the Clippers.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Rondo, man. But yeah, like the Hawks definitely lost some basketball IQ, but they gained scoring, which is good, and they gained momentum off the bench. But it sucks for the Hawks because Lou Will isn't that good defensively or anything like that. He's just there to score and that's all. But Rondo is a presence off the bench that could give you offense, could give you defense, could give you leadership, and his basketball IQ was all the way up there, right? So like, it's good. And plus, the Hawks aren't a guaranteed playoff team yet, but the Clippers are. So giving the Clippers playoff Rondo would be disgusting.
Yeah, that is disgusting, bro. And he's got longevity too. Like, he's not obviously the player he once was at the Celtics, but I mean, he's still a massive veteran force that could take you all the way to the conference finals. Hopefully past it, because I don't love the Lakers.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's good though, because speaking of the Lakers, like I mentioned earlier, that Andre Drummond trade. So the Lakers are looking at a lineup of LeBron James, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kyle Kuzma, and then Anthony Davis, and then Andre Drummond. That is a massive lineup, first of all. Second of all, so do you think, because I've been hearing some things, the Lakers got scared, so they had to get Drummond. Do you think they were scared of the Nets or scared of anybody else in their conference even, and think they wouldn't make it to the finals? Because that's what people are saying about that Andre Drummond trade. What do you think about that?
Those bigs don't need any help that much. Anthony Davis doesn't need that much help. Harold doesn't need that much help. And Gasol's still good. He's still good. He's going to be good for some years.
Yeah, he's better than Aaron Baines. That's plum.
Don't even get me. I should have talked about him. I want you to talk about him.
Yeah, we'll talk about him later.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't think they even need that. They just it's just what they wanted to do. I think that's what they set out to do, get some more boards. And I don't know. That's a scary twin towers of Anthony Davis and Andre Drummond.
Very scary, man.
Yeah, do you run Kuzma at the small then?
You have to, right? Because Kuzma, they should have traded Kuzma. I hate that guy with a passion.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? He's been performing without LeBron, and he'd be an okay small forward for them to have. Thank God he wouldn't be playing shooting guard. He wouldn't be getting the ball that much. Thank the Lord. But you know what? They have two guys who can work in the post, and then Andre Drummond who could work. I mean, not Andre Drummond. Anthony Davis could work amazingly on the perimeter, and then they got Point Braun. That's unstoppable. That's like near Magic Johnson, right? But
and
yes,
Schroeder off the bench, who is pretty light out as well.
No, actually, Schroeder's starting. I found that out. So Schroeder's going to be shooting guard, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's going to be coming off the bench.
Wow, that's way scary.
Yeah, much scarier. They're going to get some minutes in the playoffs.
And 30 and 17 as well. They're gross. Anyway.
Yeah. So, like you said, let's shine some light on those Raptors trades. So we talked about that Powell trade and about how disappointing that was, and we also haven't talked about the Terrence Davis Jr. for a future second-round pick and the Matt Thomas for a future second-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to talk about that, and then I will take my turn and get super passionate about this.
Yes, sir. So those two guys were coming off the bench. I liked Matt Thomas earlier in the season for his perimeter presence, and Terrence Davis came off the bench. Nice. I mean, for second-round picks, that's kind of a sham. I'm kind of mad about that for the Kings. Well, the Kings did pretty well in this window, but obviously they need to do more. They've never been very good. But yeah, I'm kind of mad about that, and the fact that we didn't get Baines. Obviously, needed to start Boucher, like without question. But Baines, I'm kind of at a loss for words because he's just so garbage. Yeah, he's actually like just that bad. Like it's a pain to like watch him. You already know what's gonna happen when he loses the first hit.
Mm-hmm, right? Never in my life, as my coming up on 17 years as a Raptors fan, okay? Because I've been a Raptors fan since the day I was born, and no one could tell me otherwise. I came out with the flag, okay? So listen,
there you go.
I never in my 17 years of life have I hated on a Raptors player.
Yeah.
And the fact that Aaron Baines is enabling me to do that means there's something wrong. Because listen,
there is something.
You traded Matt Thomas for a future second-round pick. That's okay. I would have preferred a first, but I'm not too angry about that. Terrence
Yeah.
Davis Jr. is a valuable player who is a potential all-star in the future. He's not that promising. I said potential, and by potential, I mean like a 60-40 chance, maybe even 70-30, right?
Yeah.
Of becoming an all-star. But the fact that you made three not horrible, like the Norman Powell trade wasn't horrible, it just wasn't to my liking, but the last two were horrible. The fact they made three, I'm going to call them mediocre trades, and still kept Aaron Baines on that team was a mistake. So that means Aaron Baines is good with the staff or something, or that means he is an internal like force to help people get their stuff straight, because really he is garbage. Like I hate to say this as a Raptors fan, but Aaron Baines is garbage.
And the fact that Andre Drummond, Vucevic, Tice were all on the block, we're all like why not package him up with Norman, see where we can go?
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because we had room for, like, we gave away those two guys who made up maybe like $5 million combined, Matt Thomas and Terrence Davis Jr. And then if we got rid of Baines, oh my goodness, I would sell Baines for a bag of peanuts at this point. Who has like what, a $10 million contract? I think we could get Drummond for a year. We could pull him in for a year, and then we could have packaged those two guys, Matt Thomas and Terrence Davis Jr., for someone like Harry Giles, who wasn't that valuable to his team, right?
Yeah.
I would have preferred that. Or we could have packaged those two guys plus Aaron Baines and gotten a better center, like Rashawn Holmes. Guys like these who aren't 100% valuable, but are so much better than Aaron Baines. Yeah, everyone is better than Aaron Baines at this point. I wouldn't even take Gasol back. And this is just giving me, like, I'm reminiscing to my reaction when we let Ibaka walk.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so cool. We let Ibaka walk, and I was not mad about Aaron Baines coming, because, like, you know what, this guy's good. He had a good season last year, but he is dookie right now. Like, he's awful.
He's not even close to a Gasol replacement. I mean, he's averaging what, 5.9 points this season. He scores 4, nothing and nothing against the Trailblazers on 15 minutes. On 15 minutes in the game. How are you that inactive?
Right? This makes me think, like, is there something wrong with Chris Boucher? Like, is he being a jerk on the inside or something? Because why aren't we starting Chris Boucher? Because I know Nick Nurse said this earlier. Oh, I like him coming off the bench. Screw the bench right now. Baines will be better coming off the bench because he actually has time not to do anything and reflect on his garbage play. But when you have Chris Boucher
so horribly.
Exactly.
There's no pressure.
And then poor Kyle Lowry is out here having to pass to Pascal Siakam, who had a rough start to the season. Thank God he's playing like an all-star right now, but it's a little too late, Pascal, but it's okay. But still, poor Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet are out here needing to pass to the paint and get people open on the perimeter. And then when you see Baines on the perimeter more than he is in the paint, and he's huge, there is something wrong with him.
No, it's not like he can score, like shoot either, like at all.
Like, he's okay. He can get a bucket once in a while, but his J is reminiscent of Draymond Green. It's like it's an ugly J, and like he's not a shooter. He's not a great defender. Like, I know yesterday he got a couple blocks, but like he's not an amazing defender. He's he's huge, he's massive, he's strong, and he can't score in the paint. And Chris Boucher scores better in the paint with him when he's maybe even slightly taller, but so much weaker and so much lighter. I'd argue that I haven't done my research on it, that he's maybe even 50 plus pounds lighter than Baines, and yet he's scoring much better in the paint.
Undoubtedly. Like, I mean, he's a double threat too. He can actually grab people. He can block people, which is invaluable. I mean, yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I don't understand that coaching decision, but
yeah, I just don't understand why we decided to keep Baines, but we lost 3 good guys for nothing, right? But I think that's going to wrap it up, unless Mike has anything else to say.
No, I love that episode.
That was a great one. Nice little short episode.
And we didn't even talk about the man from Singapore. You're my homie. I love you. Tell all your friends, because the boys are doing some good work here. So
of course, bro. Yeah, no. But speaking of that guy from Singapore, thank you guys so much for watching. I just recently found out that 69% of my views are from Canada. So that means there's a whole other 21% that is international. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you everyone that is Canadian and everyone that isn't Canadian for sharing my content and sharing Mike's content and sharing Jordan's content and sharing all of our content collectively as a team on your social media. Because look at what you guys have helped us with for the last videos. Thank you guys so much. It truly means a lot to us from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. This is, on the road to 100. It sounds like a weak goal, but hey, man, I can't even imagine myself standing up and doing this in front of 100 people. It'll be terrifying, right? So, like,
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Thank you guys so much for sharing. Exactly. Thank you for watching. It means, like I just said, it means so much to us. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. But without further ado, have a great day, evening, night, wherever the hell you stay at, man. Wherever you stay at. That's my new thing. That's my new thing. That's how I'm gonna dismiss it every time. I've been doing that. Eh?
I love it.
So
yeah, I love it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Continue to support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do all this stuff. But thank you so much. Peace.
Hey.
Rapping like the narco. Got dope like Pablo. Cut dope like Pablo.